Memory feels personal. It lives in your childhood, your experiences, and the stories you tell yourself about who you are. But memory is not just individual. Civilizations remember, cultures remember. Entire societies are built on shared recollection, history, tradition, and lessons passed forward over time. So, what happens when a society doesn't lose its memory all at once but slowly stops remembering? Not through catastrophe or force, but through quiet erosion. We usually think of infrastructure as something physical: roads, power lines, communication networks. But memory is infrastructure too. Laws are built on precedent. Institutions are shaped by past failures. Cultural norms exist because something happened before. Memory tells a society what worked, what broke, and what should never be repeated. Without memory, decisions lose context. And context is what makes judgment possible. Societal memory doesn't disappear overnight. It fades gradually. First, complexity is removed, events are simplified, details are lost, timelines blur, and causes fade from view. Consequences remain, but they feel disconnected from their origins. Over time, records give way to narratives. Stories become shorter, more emotional, and easier to repeat. Eventually, memory becomes symbolic. People remember that something happened, but not why it mattered. At that point, memory stops guiding behavior. As shared memory weakens, patterns begin to repeat. Mistakes quietly resurface. Old warnings feel abstract. Long-term thinking declines. Policies reset every generation. Institutions lose continuity. And short-term solutions replace long-term planning. People begin asking the same questions again without realizing they were already answered. Progress slows. Not because innovation disappears, but because lessons stop transferring. Identity depends on memory. A person without memory struggles to define themselves, and a society is no different. As collective memory erodes, cultural confidence weakens. Traditions continue but lose meaning. Symbols remain but feel empty. Shared purpose becomes harder to articulate. People still feel connected, but they no longer know exactly to what. This creates instability, not chaos or collapse, but confusion. And confusion is harder to recognize while it's happening. Over time, societies adapt in different ways. Some attempt to preserve memory intentionally through education, archives, and historical record keeping. Others move forward without it, rebuilding systems repeatedly, relearning the same lessons, and paying the same costs again and again. Both approaches function, but only one compounds progress. Forgetting the past does not end civilization. It makes it fragile because without memory, every generation starts closer to zero. The most dangerous losses are not dramatic. They are gradual, quiet, and easy to ignore. The question is not whether societies can survive without memory. It is how much they are willing to lose while relearning it.